Hi folks, welcome to the Songwriters Drop-In. This video is a continuation from my first two videos where in my first video I showed how inspiration came about and how it was harnessed, and in the second video it's how I took the lyric idea and the inspiration, how I turned it into a set of chords and a melody. In this third one, so if this is basically the first time you're seeing me, you want to refer to those first two videos and see the process from here to now. This video, and I want to split this video up into two parts. First, I'm going to deal with the lyrics. So we've got as far as a bridge, and the verse that I had, which is back on video number 2, is led me to a bridge, and I'll go through a little bit of I'll go through the first verse and up into the bridge, and you can see where I've developed it from there. So if you don't have any rain, there is no rainbow. If you don't have any dark, there is no light. Without any dirt, you can't grow flowers. Before you come back to earth, you have to climb. So this is our bridge. We got a chord difference. We got a change from A minor to it's from A minor in the verse through and to C in the bridge. We may fight to keep the things that we feel deeply. So what I've done with the lyrics is, we had statements in the first half of the song, in the verse of the song, and with the bridge I'm taking a slightly different approach and tack, where I'm keeping the theme in mind of the opposites, the theme being opposites, but I've just slightly changed the tack, the inflection of the lyric, so that it's more of a relatable human experience rather than just a collection of statements. So that's an approach that you can use when you're writing lyrics, is to just mess around with these different concepts. So I'll show you what I've got for the bridge. We may fight to keep the things that we feel deeply, and the things we thought we need may be thrown out. There's no high without a low, no up without a down. Within love, these things always interact, and that's why opposites attract. So it leads us into our chorus. Now, I used that relatable experience. I did go back into just a statement. There's no high without a low, there's no up without a down. Within love, these things they always interact, and that's why opposites attract. So we've got this common lyrical theme going, where we've kept the opposites in mind and just used our imagination to take it in a slightly different direction, but still keeping the theme in mind. So that's an approach of sorts. It's one approach. So that led us to having a chorus. Now the chorus lyrics, I'll play you through the chorus lyrics, then I'll explain them. I'll just take the last part of the bridge. Within love, these things they always pushes interact, and that's why opposites attract. Today we're floating, yesterday we're sinking. Magnetism pulls and pushes us apart. But love is seeing both sides now, and that's why opposites attract. So we've got some kind of a chorus there, and as you can see, as you can hear, today we're floating, yesterday we're sinking. So we've got an opposite in that lyric, the theme of opposite in that lyric. Magnetism pulls and pushes us apart is another opposite, but love is seeing both sides now, so that's another opposite, and that's why opposites attract. So not only have you got opposites within the theme itself, but there's also a relatable human experience portrayed within the lyric. It can be interpreted to the listener as a romantic relationship, or a relationship with just life in general. Today we're floating, yesterday we were sinking. Magnetism pulls and pushes us apart. So the listener will take what they hear from it, and it will be relatable to their story. And that's a good thing about a lyric. If you can write openly, and this is only one way of writing, I'm not saying you should write like this all the time, and it's one way of writing, but it's good when you have open songs that have got a universal, because they mean different things to different people. So that's what we got there. If you don't have any dark, if you don't have any rain, there is no rainbow. If you don't have any dark, there is no light. Without any dirt, you can't grow flowers. Before you come back to earth, you have to climb. For the verse, we may fight to keep the things that we feel deeply, and the things we thought we need, we may be thrown out. There's no high without a low, no up without a down. I could maybe change that part, because I'm not really that happy with it, but I'll see what I come up with for that, because it's quite hard to think of things off the top of your head sometimes. Sometimes you have to wait for them to come to you and read through them again and kind of look at them. And if you get a dry spot or a place where you can't think of anything, leave it down for a bit. Leave it down, come back to it. When you're playing through it another time, when you feel fresher, something can pop out of the ether to you, whilst you're looking at it. And that's the trick with songwriting. It's like the minute you're trying to sit down and think, you end up just exhausting your mind. So leave it till later, play through it again. You'd be surprised that the more times you do it, a line will just come up out of somewhere. So the other thing I want to talk about, to keep this brief, is the chords and where we're going with the chords. So in our verse, we've got A minor to D major to G major to B minor. So we're in the key of G major for this. And without going into too much music theory, because there are a lot of channels that will do that, we can just see where the other chords go, because not all the chords are related to G major in this song. My ear took me to other places, and it's a good idea to learn as many chords as you can, and every day or whenever, however often you can, is to sit down if you're a beginner and learn as many chords as you can, because they expand your knowledge and they expand your melodic vocabulary as well. So it's a good thing to do. There's plenty of music channels out there. Rick Beato's a really good place to go, without singling out one person. But there's lots of other channels. But yeah, there's plenty of them out there. So I'll touch upon this when it needs to be, when it's necessary. And so for the verse, yeah, we have A minor, D major, G major, B minor, which are all in the key of G major. Now in the bridge, we go to C major, but then my ear took me to C minor. Now C minor is not in the key of G major, it's actually the second chord in the key of B flat major. So and when we got to the second part of the bridge, so I'll just play you through the bridge again to see where we were. We may fight to keep the things that we feel deeply, C minor, back to B minor, and the things we thought we need may be thrown out. So those last two chords are back into the key of G major. Now on this section, I went from C, but instead of playing the chords every 4 bars, I played them every 2 bars for the end of the bridge, or for the latter part of the bridge. So just seeing where we are. Where are we? There's no high without a low, no up without a down. So there you can hear the difference. There's a rhythmical difference. So there's no high without a low, a B over an A. There's no up without a down. That's an A7 to a D major. Down. Now, the last chord before I go into the chorus is actually an F major. So this is why it's good to expand your vocabulary, your melodic vocabulary, with learning lots of chords, because I moved then out of G major into, if F is the fifth chord within B flat major, so it's the fifth chord. It's the fifth chord of that, in that key of B flat major. So it's relatable. So C minor is the second chord of B flat major, and F is the fifth chord of B flat major. So we're crossing over 2 keys there. So verse G major and bridge and parts of the bridge are B flat major. So I'll show you that section again. Within love, these things they always... Oh, sorry, wrong part. There's no high without a low, no up without a down. Within love, these things always interact. And I just decided to sit on this F, and that's why opposites attract. If you're a beginner, you can stay on the F major. What I would probably do, if you're a little more advanced, is you could go up a semitone from the F and play an F sharp diminished, which is actually the 7th chord in the key of G major. So Within love, these things, they always interact. F major, F sharp diminished, and that's why opposites attract. So you're into G major there, back into G major. Now for the chorus, I have G major. So back to all the chords in G major, pretty much, with a slight difference. So I've got, where are we? Today we're floating, yesterday we're sinking. Magnetism pulls and pushes us apart. So there we got G, D, but with an F sharp. So you can play, so if you can see the D, you put your thumb over and you play the F sharp. Today we're floating, yesterday we're sinking. Magnetism pulls and pushes us apart. Back again to the same. But love is seeing both sides now, and that's why opposites. Now here, I went back to the C minor because it got used in the bridge and it works really well. And that's why opposites, that's why opposites attract. So there you go. So hopefully I've covered a little bit in there. I want to keep it brief. I don't want to pack too much information into this. So we've got our lyrical themes, and I'm just looking at the chorus lyrics. I'm pretty sure I went over the chorus lyrics. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna leave that there, and if you have any questions or comments, then put them below, and I shall quite happily answer them for you. And hopefully this has been some help to you, and I will see you again in another video quite soon. Lovely. Thanks a lot, folks. Cheers. Bye bye now.